Yo, what's up, bruh?
What's good, man?
Shit, chilling, man. Can't call it. What's good with you, bruh?
Just pouring up some wine, dog.
That's it, man. I'm on that whiskey, man. Just doing our fucking shit, bruh.
What's good?
King
What's good,
Styles
everybody? What's
Productions.
good?
That's what I'm talking about. See, this is what we was talking about. When motherfuckers come in the queue, they understand what time it is. They appreciate the greatness, dog. You know what I'm
And I
saying?
appreciate you, and I appreciate y'all.
And we appreciate y'all too, man. That's what
Yeah,
we
man.
talking about. Y'all step up in this motherfucker, donate to motivate. CG Beats, go ahead. He knows that's my nigga right there, man. Rip B
Yeah.
Breezy, salute, man. Salute to y'all, man. Listen, I don't care what anybody tell me. Breaking news. Breaking fucking news. Canelo Alvarez ducks Errol Spence. Whoo! Earl
So
Spence
you
is a
already know.
147 pounder. Canelo Alvarez is 175. That is 4 to 5 weight class difference. Why are you ducking a 147 pounder? And he's offering you your biggest payday, $50 million. Canelo's never sniffed that $50 million, let alone looked at $50 million. This proves to us what we was
50
talking
million
about.
up front and back end money.
And back end fucking money, pay-per-view. Because you dealing with Earl the True Spence. Because when you rocking with the best, you don't settle for the rest, though. We gonna say it again. When you rocking with the best, you don't settle for the rest. So how the hell you gonna duck a 147 pounder getting the biggest payday of your life? You know what this tells me? This tells me that Canelo Alvarez is just like the Mexican community fan base. They on that bullshit and that fuck shit. The Mexican community fan base represents what Canelo Alvarez is. They always make excuses. They always want to go the easiest route. They always want to pick the shit that defines them in the most easiest and the most basically what we would say non-precarious or non-precocious, as I learned that word the other day, situation, man. The bottom line is
Exactly.
this tells you he's been ducking Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade for over a decade. Demetrius Andrade called him a redheaded, red riding pussy. He should
That's
have
the
answered the
thing.
call. When a nigga call you a pussy, you gotta answer the call. Jamal Charlo's been like, bitch, why you been ducking me for 10 fucking years? But you want to know something, Tom Ross? And I'm about to throw this alley real quick. You see how Canelo Alvarez basically baited and switched Oscar Valdez. He knew Shakur Stevenson was going to wash Oscar Valdez. But see, this is the thing where you notice with the Canelo camp and Eddie Reynoso and them, right? When they turn around and they have somebody in their camp, they don't promote that motherfucker the way they promote Canelo. You know why they can't promote that motherfucker the way they promote Canelo? Because they know that fighter won't have boxing, judging, gifting decision. There won't be no stripping
Right.
you of 9 to 13 week training camp. There won't be no rehydration clause. Everything has to be fair.
They
So
gotta
when
be
these
fair.
motherfuckers lose, Canelo walks away from the ring. Eddie Reynoso acts like he can't stand there with his fucking fighter. What you gotta say about that shit, bro?
But that goes to show you right there the type of, and I'm gonna put this on every Mexican person, but the type of the Mexican American fan base, they don't care about greatness or legacy. They care about beating black fighters or not being beaten by black fighters, and their fighter winning against any competition. They
Uh-huh.
accepted the Americana fight. They accepted the Rocky Fielding fight. They accepted the Colin Smith fight, the Billy Joe Saunders fight. All these fights they're accepting and saying, well, Canelo got to fight Benavidez. He'll got to fight Charlo. He'll got to fight Andre because he could beat those guys. Well, he knew he could beat Americana too, but he still fought him. If you could beat these guys and they calling you out, just beat them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Marvin Hagler knew he was going. He knew he was going. What? What's the dude name that gets so much credit? He get over credit.
Oh, you talking about Tommy Hitman Hearns?
Not time to hit Matt Hearns because Hitman Hearns actually gave him a good fight.
Okay.
About the Panamanian cat.
Oh, you talking about yeah, damn, the name's slipping off the top of my tongue.
Oh nine man.
Yeah, it's slipping off the top of my tongue. The Panamanian cat shit.
His nickname was Manos de Pedra, hands of stone.
You
Roberto
talking
Duran.
about Roberto Duran?
Roberto Duran. Man,
That
Marvin
nigga
Hagler
was
knew he was.
Panamanian?
Yeah, he's Panamanian.
Okay.
some Panamanians look like they don't look like black people. Some do.
Okay.
His trainer was like a black man, but with Brother Duran, Marvin Hagler knew he was gonna whoop him, man.
Oh, Marvin Hagler beat the shit out of him.
He still had to fight him though. Cause he called him out.
That's it. Donate to motivate. Hey, listen here, Boxing Fan times 4. We appreciate the 199. We appreciate the donate to motivate. But Boxing Fan times 4, we understand that you coming through. He said it's them Southern Cali Mexicans, so we're gonna quote it. But let's go ahead and see, like you said, Boxing Fan times 4. Let's take that 199 times 4, dog, with the donation to motivation. How about that? 199 times 4.
So basically saying he should live up to his name.
Live up to your fucking name, dog. Times 4.
Yeah. Roberto Marvin Hagler knew he was gonna whip Roberto Duran. Too small, arms not long enough. He couldn't hurt Marvin Hagler because most niggas couldn't hurt Marvin Hagler. So he knew he was gonna whoop, but he still had to take him because he had a name and he called him out.
Facts.
And at 160, there ain't no ducking, no smoke.
Nope.
If a pound for pound fighter or somebody at 160 that's formidable call you out, you gotta whoop. That's why Errol Spence had to whoop Mikey Garcia.
Yep.
He was a pound for pound fighter that got too big for his britches.
And he was in a transitional. There's 3 divisions in boxing that are transitional divisions: 147, 160, and heavyweight.
And heavyweight.
When a nigga call your ass out in the transitional division and you don't move,
and they're formidable, you gotta whoop them.
That's weak as fuck. That's why Jerron Boots Ennis at 147, a transitional division. This is supposed to be a prospect. Look weak as fuck when a Blair Cobbs called his ass out and he let a Spanish dude by the name of Alex Rocha handle his fucking weight. Weak as fuck.
That shit crazy that shit came out that Canelo ducked Errol Spence, man. So I was just saying, I was thinking that shit the other day. I was like, man, Bud better jump on this offer because Spence don't need Bud.
But Spence said that. He said, I could get that Canelo fight at any given moment. And see, Spence, by him,
he just want undisputed.
Yep.
He just want undisputed.
But you see, Spence did that shit to let Bud know where my fucking status belong. Because what's the fight that everybody want to see outside of undisputed? What's the fight that everybody won't be mad at? If Spence and Crawford don't happen, what's the other fight that people won't be mad at if Spence have? And that's Spence and Canelo.
Spence and Canelo. And that's Spence and Canelo because he ain't gonna fight.
That shit happen. Spence and Canelo happen.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't gonna be sitting there mad about no damn undisputed. Niggas gonna be sitting there saying Spence gonna get beat up because Canelo's too big. That's the new narrative niggas gonna be running.
That's what they're gonna say. Forgetting the fact that Canelo already got whipped by a little nigga.
Exactly.
So what is he talking about?
Exactly.
Canelo got the hell beat out of him by somebody who went at it with Errol Spence. By somebody who Errol Spence
Floyd
pushed.
Mayweather Sr. said, my son struggles to make 152. He was barely 152 that night.
Barely, because they were trying to give him after he whooped Canelo, they were so embarrassed. They were trying to get him to fight Triple G.
Did you see the Mexican community fan base? Did you see the fan base at the end of that fight? They were speechless.
They were crying.
They had to, you know what they had to do? Floyd made them bend the knee. They had to look at Floyd and be like, you know what?
He's the greatest.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
The thing is, in the beginning, they was waving their flags.
Yes.
They're like around round 8. You don't even see no more Mexican flags no more. I don't know what they did with those big ass flags, but they was no longer on TV.
Nah, they was no longer on that shit.
I don't know what the fuck they did with those big ass Mexican flags they had.
Rip B. Brazy, that's my nigga, dog. Rip B. Brazy said Lara taxed that ass too. He did. Lara pulled, you know what Lara pulled? He pulled a Pernell Whitaker. He pulled a Pernell Whitaker, dog, because he was beating Canelo for 11 rounds. Canelo had a flurry at the 12th, and they gave Canelo the fight. This is how you know they cheating. Lara boxed this nigga for 11 rounds. Canelo only do a little flurry for 1. That was the biggest robbery I ever seen in my fucking life.
That was a horrible robbery. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I salute Ugas, because Cuban fighters, they be having it bad, bro. They treat Cuban fighters like they treat black fighters, man. They be cheating them, man. A lot of Cuban fighters be getting robbed, man.
Yeah.
He got robbed, man. Truth be told, he whooped Canelo, man. Niggas always talking about, he can't whoop Canelo. Man, what round did Canelo win, man?
And even the worst between the 3 black dudes, Austin Trout. Austin Trout should have been a running back. That was a controversial fight in that first fight.
Right. That should have been a draw.
Yeah.
That should have been a draw.
You gave Triple G. Triple G was nowhere near as competitive as Austin Trout. And you gave Triple G a draw. That's how you know there's double standards associated with boxing. That's how you know there's racism in boxing. Austin Trout gave a better outing, and this nigga lost.
Triple G.
Come on, man.
That shit fugazi as fuck. But at the end of the day, this motherfucker ducked Errol Spence, man. Errol Spence at 147. He been fighting at
147 pounder.
That's how you know. That's how you know. Do you think he would have done? I guarantee you, he would have fought Bud Crawford. Guarantee you.
Yep.
And they would have said Terrence Crawford.
You know why he would have fought Bud Crawford? Because he knows Bud Crawford chinny chin chin.
He'll knock Crawford ass out. That's why.
Exactly.
He not sure. He ain't sure about himself when it comes to Spence.
Yeah. Put that shit up. Yeah. Canelo duck Spence, dog. We said this shit. I did a video when I broke that shit down and I told motherfuckers Spence was gonna punish Canelo. Let me tell you why Canelo ducked Spence. Because Canelo saw that Ugas fighting. Canelo's like, I don't want no parts of this motherfucker. He's a 15-round fighter. He don't understand how to put the foot off the gas. This motherfucker keep coming. I don't need a nigga that don't know how to take breaks. I don't need a nigga that's gonna put me in deep fucking waters.
It's the jab, man.
Yeah.
It's the jab. Floyd Mayweather said the best. He said a good jab beat all their ass.
Mm-hmm. a good dragons. I was just about to say that shit. Roger Mayweather said that shit too.
Yeah, a good jab. I think he said it first.
Yeah, see,
they always be taken from each other.
Yeah,
a good jab
will always beat all their ass.
A good jab beat all their ass, man.
Yeah,
that's the thing. When Floyd beat Canelo, it was the jab. It was the jab and the shoulder roll.
Why do you think Senior is so impressed with Earl? If you listen to the way Senior talk, when they asked Senior what impresses you with Earl, he said, he's not, like my son. He don't do the shoulder roll. But you know what I love about Earl? He said, I love the fundamentals. He said Earl always keep his hand up. So he always defends himself. And Earl is always on that jab. He said, that's how you beat people. You got to beat people with the fucking jab.
See, boxing fan, let me tell you something, brother. That's the narrative that they put out, that they came down just for sport. Truth be told, Canelo had his own weight class for the whole time he was at 154. The motherfucker never weighed in at 154. It was always 152 or some shit. He was weight draining them niggas, man.
Exactly.
It was always 152, like 153. He had they was calling it the Canelo class.
Yep.
And he tried to make sure he came down from Floyd. Floyd made him fight at the same weight class he fought everybody else. That's all it was.
Exactly.
And when he fought Floyd, he wanted to be bigger than Floyd. Was like, nah, fight at the same weight class you've been fighting in. At the same weight class, we ain't gonna change nothing. You've been fighting everybody at 153. So now don't change the goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And boxing fan, we don't show you love, boxing fan, but remember, be like your name, boxing fan times 4. So we want to see that 199 times 4, dog. Donate to motivate, dog. Donate to motivate.
Yeah, so boxing fans, they want to use that narrative that they did Floyd a favor. They ain't do Floyd no favor, man. Mm-hmm. Go back and look at the weigh-ins when Canelo fought the rest of those guys at 154. He never weighed in at 154.
Yep, never,
man.
Canelo weighed that night. I already saw it because I went back and watched the fight.
And the night of the fight, he was big as fuck.
I'm gonna tell you what he was because I watched the fight last night. He was 172. That nigga weighed in. What's that? He was 20 pounds over Floyd. Floyd was 150, 152. Over 20 pounds heavier than Floyd that night. Floyd weighed in at 152 fight night. He weighed in at 172.
That's how you know Floyd durable. Because he might not have been hitting Floyd flush, but he was hitting Floyd hard as hell. Those shots that he was blocking. And Floyd was still throwing punches all fucking night. He's not the same like every other nigga, man. He ain't the same,
the thing with Floyd, if you look at his strength and conditioning, I have basically taken a lot of elements from Floyd in terms of strength and conditioning. I've never told nobody that until today. But I train my body from basically from toe to head to toe. Floyd trains from toe to head to toe. He works everything on his body. He works his neck. He works his chest. He works his legs. He works his glutes. He works his fucking everything, dog. Arms. Floyd works every part of his anatomy, man. That's why Floyd is durable, because when you work every part of your anatomy, you're basically making every muscle fiber strong. So every muscle fiber is strong. That means every muscle fiber is gonna be in a fight or flight response. Because we all as human beings have fight or flight. Shit. Americans have probably the most fight or flight response than anybody in any civilization. You know why? Because we sleep only 4 hours a day. We always drinking coffee, and basically all day we're in flight or flight mode. Now imagine a professional athlete that actually sleep and do all of this shit, but their whole thing is training. So their fight or flight response is in fucking training. Floyd's is in training. When you look at Floyd's training method, there's only one athlete that's been the equivalent of Floyd from a training perspective, because they train basically the same amount, and that's Kobe Bryant. They both train like 3 to 4 times a day. 3 to 4
crazy.
times. It's crazy what the fuck these niggas do. They train 3 to 4 times a day. That's the clock that these niggas are doing 3-4 days. You remember in football we used to say 2 a days? These niggas are doing 3-4 days, man. That's why they're ahead, because they realize by doing 3 or 4 days, there's no way the competition can catch up to what type of training they're doing. While niggas are sleeping, they training. While niggas are training, they sleeping. So they resting and recovering.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, it's crazy. It's phenomenal.
Yes, indeed, man. And that's the thing. He not. First of all, everybody in boxing, they say what they want to say, but they know how hard people really hit.
Yep.
He didn't want to deal with that all night.
Nope.
Canelo wants to be the bully. He knows he's not gonna be able to bully Floyd. And not Floyd. This how you know Spencer's moving up there. When I start saying Floyd and I mean Spence, that means he's moving up there.
Yep.
He know he's not gonna be able to bully Spence.
I knew what you meant.
He know he's not gonna be able to bully Spence.
Because Spence ain't gonna do the compy box. Spence coming in to punish. That nigga coming to punish.
Spence does both at the same time.
Yep.
Well, people don't realize this. He's punishing people. He's boxing too.
Yep.
That's what people not realize. They think he's just going there and he's not going there getting hit in the head and landing good punches. Spence is parrying, he's ducking, and he's throwing the jab, then he's landing shit. But Spence would throw the jab all night, whether it land or not.
Yep.
Just because
Canelo talked about Spence's body work. Canelo's just a lazy motherfucker, but Canelo got good body work too. He doesn't have the activity rate as Spence, but Canelo gave Spence credit. He was like, I haven't seen a guy be as lethal to the body as Spence is. So Canelo knows Spence will break his ass down, because Spence will fuck his guts up. He knows it. That's why he don't want to fight him. That's
the thing. Canelo got good body work too, but Canelo, to give body work, you got to be willing to take it.
Yep.
Because you're putting yourself in a proximity that's closer than straight punches.
Yep.
Because you have to dip down.
Yep.
You put yourself in a proximity to get return fire. He want to give it, but he don't want to take it.
Yep.
So Canelo want to give it, he don't want to take it.
See, these flashy ass black boxers, they want to do that head hunting shit. Spence realized a long time ago, if you beat the body up, it's even worse than the head hunting shit. Because once you beat a nigga's body up, they tongue start wagging. If you notice, by round 5, Ugas was like this, hanging over Spence. He was hanging over Spence. That nigga became a stationary target, hanging over Spence like that body work ain't nothing to play with, dog.
It's the same thing he did in Maidana, man. People don't remember what he did in Maidana. When he was hitting Maidana to the body, he was crunching Maidana in half. And
he was hitting him with power solar plex shots. I heard those solar plex shots. When they did the inside video cam, I heard them shits. Them shits was snappy. They were like,
right. When you can hear somebody getting jabbed to the body and it sound like that, that shit hurt. Because the thing is, even if it don't hurt, you can't breathe.
Yep.
Well, you can hit right there. You ever play basketball and you wasn't ready for a pass and they hit you, and then so you wasn't ready. So it hit you in your sternum.
Oh,
Man,
that
you
shit fuck
still
you up. Or
there.
hit you in the fucking stomach.
You can't breathe.
You need a moment, dog. You need to
You still
sub.
playing
When that
off. You
shit
still
hit
be
you in the
running
stomach,
around.
you need a sub, nigga.
You still you still you you, you still be running around and shit, but you don't want them to pass you the ball, low key. Low key, you as soon as they give you the ball, you get it right back. You hurt.
Exactly.
This shit take
Here's
like
my
5
thing. 'Cause
minutes.
I'm a little tipsy right now. So here's my thing. I poured a little extra on the whiskey. So here's my thing on this, bro. And I'm gonna say this shit real quick. With Floyd is what you call a power shotter, but he's a power shotter that hits you with timely power shots when it makes sense through the calculation of the fight. Earl is a power shotter that's hitting your ass, looking to damage you every fucking second of the round. Like Earl wants to brutalize you. And that's where you came in when you call Earl that reincarnation of Marvin Hagler. That's that element of that. That nigga trying to brutalize you, dog. He's trying to fuck you up.
And I'm never gonna go back on that, man. And a lot of people, they either took it one or two ways. They thought I was disrespecting Marvin Hagler, or they thought I was disrespecting Earl because I wasn't saying Floyd. I wasn't saying Floyd because of a fighting style. Floyd's style is not like that. Even at his most brutal, Floyd's style was never. Floyd has always been balanced.
Yep.
He's always been a back, a forward. It all depends on what you're doing. Spence is gonna do Spence. Like Marvin Hagler's gonna do Marvin Hagler. It's always forward. You might go back for a second, then it's back forward. It's like a fucking a big horn, a big sheep horn ram. They only go one way. And if you in their way, it go through you.
Like Luke Cage's mentor told him at the barbershop, man. Always forward, never backward, dog. Them niggas are always forward. Them niggas never look backwards, man. It's always like God told Lot when he was getting his ass out of Sodom and Gomorrah. You see, God gave Abraham the good portion, the good side. I ain't mean to get biblical, but I gotta get biblical real quick. Lot went ahead and got a little greedy because Lot thought, I got me a little inheritance on this side. He went and got that bad side. That bad side ended up turning around being Sodom and Gomorrah, but he got his ass up out of there. But you know what God told his ass? Don't look back. And you know what? Lot was obedient, always forward, never look backward. See, that's the thing about these women in that hypergamy, man. Her hypergamous ass looked back. And what happened? She turned the motherfucking stone. Lot said, man, you know what? Fuck all y'all. I'm not looking back. I'm being obedient. See, that's the thing. When you look at Errol Spence and the way he fights, that motherfucker don't understand going back. It's going forward. Because Earl is all about making you submit in the motherfucking ring. Forward progression, straight and narrow path is all about submission, man.
Right.
Nigga gotta submit. That's why Sean Porter submitted. They did a phone booth fight, and about the 11th round, when you saw Sean Porter fell, that wasn't coincidental. That was the totality of the punishment of the 11 rounds that took place. He had to fold. And he folded like a motherfucking pretzel. Ugas got the brutalizing version of Spence. He got the bulldozing version of Spence. See, if Porter would have got that version of Spence, Porter would have had a fast forward version. It wouldn't have been 11th round. It would have been about 5 or 6. Porter would have hit that motherfucking canvas. I'm just saying that shit real quick.
So let me get this straight. Canelo fought Josecito Lopez?
Yeah, he fought Josecito Lopez.
This his resume is trash.
It's garbage.
He fought all the major names he fought after Floyd fought him. He fought Baltimore. He fought Shane Mosley. Floyd already fought those dudes. Then he fought
Josecito all these niggas when they were washed. He fought Miguel Cotto when Miguel Cotto was washed. Floyd already washed Miguel Cotto.
Floyd already beat Miguel Cotto.
No, he washed Miguel Cotto. You know how you could tell Floyd washed Miguel Cotto? Because the uppercuts that Floyd gave Miguel Cotto, it gave Miguel Cotto CTE. Niggas don't understand that shit. He put Miguel Cotto on CTE protocol with those uppercuts. Miguel Cotto was never the same after that fight. He was never the same.
He damn near stopped him.
Yes.
That's the thing, bro. This dude's resume is so overblown.
It's trash.
And he played this. My thing is this.
He fought a dangerous black fighter, James Kirkland, that didn't have Ann Wolfe. Could you imagine if James Kirkland had Ann Wolfe? James Kirkland would have beat the shit out of him. Let's be honest.
The only thing that could save Canelo from ducking Spence is if you fight Charlo.
Yes.
But if you can say, you know what, the Spence fights was a lucrative fight, but I didn't want to fight him because I didn't think it was right to fight him before I fought Charlo. I'm fighting Charlo next. If he fights some bum next and don't fight Spence, then he ducked, man. He'll fucking duck.
That's why you think Jose Cito Lopez is getting all these top quality fights even till now, because of the names that Jose Cito Lopez has been through. But here's the thing. Jose Cito Lopez is a journeyman. He fought Amir Khan. He made Amir Khan go up 2 weight classes and 1 fucking pound. That was disrespectful.
Right.
Why you don't just bring his ass to 154? Why are you bringing him to 155? What the fuck is 155? Why you catch weighting him? You that afraid of Amir Khan that not only you bring him up 2 weight classes, you bring him up 1 pound on top of that.
People don't realize
that he didn't believe that he could hang with Amir Khan's boxing ability, bro.
He didn't believe he could beat him.
He didn't believe he could hang with that boxing ability.
Think about it. Think about it. He ain't fight nobody that was already at 155 at 154 pounds. He fought them all at 152 or 153.
Exactly.
But he fights somebody who's not. He fights somebody who's at a smaller weight class.
140 pounder. He brings this motherfucker up to 155. Here's the trip part about it.
And he fights him after he already got knocked out by Danny Garcia.
Amir Khan was washing him the first half of the fight with boxing. He was washing him. Let's be honest. He was watching Canelo with boxing.
Amir Khan would have had a chance. He would have won that fight.
Yes.
But he can't take no punch to save his life, man.
He can't.
Danny Garcia knocked him the fuck out.
And Danny Garcia already damaged him. This is why I tell niggas put respect on Danny Garcia's name more. This is why that Danny Garcia win for Errol the True Spence is a signature win. Danny Garcia was the true undisputed 140 pounder, and Spence watched that nigga, man. Watched him.
Hold on, Danny Garcia never got undisputed. He left before you get undisputed.
Not my bad, not undisputed. Was he? I thought he was undisputed at 140.
Nah, he got he was unified. I think 3 belts.
140. Okay.
I think 3 belts, and then he left because he couldn't get no big fights. He couldn't get no big money fights.
Okay.
And then Chance Crawford came and fought all the people for the vacant belt.
See, that's my nigga Boxing Phantom 4. Boxing Phantom 4. Listen, I'm gonna post your shit up. But remember, you owe us 4 times that donation, nigga. 199 times 4. He said Canelo ducked James Kirkland when Kirkland knocked out Angulo in Mexico. Ann Wolfe is on video saying that the only reason they agreed to fight Angulo in Mexico was because they were promised Canelos. You see?
Yeah.
You see the bullshit and the fuck shit? Listen, Ross, we got to talk about this shit. Because me and Ross talked about this shit offline.
Canelo is a hype job. And any black channel that's pushing Canelo are sellouts.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Mexican boxing community fan bases, the reason why they defend Canelo tooth and nail is because the identity of Canelo. They love the easy route. They will turncoat on you. That why you think these Mexican boxing community fan bases, they're not loyal. Look at how they just turned on Oscar Valdez. Look at how they turn on Mikey Garcia. Look at how they turn on David Benavidez. They don't represent Mexico. They only represent Canelo. Canelo's the true identity of what these motherfuckers represent. They turncoat motherfuckers, man. They bandwagon motherfuckers. And they want the easiest route. Notice they make every excuse in the book for Canelo Alvarez. This nigga has ducked Jamal Charlo. This cracker, I'm going to say it right now. This cracker has ducked Jamal Charlo and fucking Demetrius Andrade for a decade. If this was anybody else, listen, man, if the tables turned, Ross, and it was a black fighter that ducked for a decade, you understand how much they would have lynched this black fighter by public opinion?
They were trying to list Andre Ward and say he was trash just because he wasn't fighting for less than what he deserved.
Exactly.
Because he sat out for a bit till they started giving him real fights, a real price.
But he didn't sat out because he was sat out because he was in fucking litigation, man. They lost
him in litigation. And they tore him up. So imagine if he did what Canelo did and would have never fought Groves, would have never fought all those guys at 168. That's what Canelo, that's essentially what Canelo did.
If Andre Ward didn't go through that
Canelo fought at
lawsuit
160
situation,
didn't fight no heavy hitter at 160.
Andre Ward ended at 32-0. If Andre Ward didn't go through that lawsuit situation, Andre Ward would have been at 38-0, possibly 40-0. He would have had another 6 to 8 more fights easily. Easily. They took a lot of years off of his prime. If you notice, when Andre Ward came back, he was a step slow.
Yeah, people don't realize this. There's no such thing as a boxing legacy.
Exactly.
Learn the definition of words before you use them. Legacy is the money you gather, the properties, the assets you gather to leave to your family.
And here's the trippy part about it. Fighting Canelo is harder than Terrence Crawford anyways. So if you fight Canelo, that trumps the Canelo, that trumps the Crawford fight all day, every day. Because you fighting a nigga that's 4 pounds, that's 4 weight classes ahead of you. Didn't y'all bitch ass niggas say that Canelo was the face of boxing supposedly? So now what y'all saying? By y'all saying that he's ducking undisputed, y'all basically saying Canelo ain't shit. So
that's what they said. And what they also saying is, let me try to protect Canelo from Errol Spence and put a buffer. So whenever this is what Mexicans do, because they don't want their fighters fighting real competition. They want them to fight names, not competition. Exactly. So they was cool with Canelo fighting Floyd at that time because Floyd was getting older. They would have never wanted.
You know why Canelo ducked Earl? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the Shakur Stevenson, the Oscar Valdez gave him a reminder. Fuck, elite black fighters shouldn't be fighting Mexican fighters because they're gonna wash them. That Shakur Stevenson gave him a reminder, nigga.
Yeah. Hold on. No, damn, what was I saying?
You was talking about Canelo.
Yeah. Canelo. The Mexican fan base would have never wanted Canelo to fight a Floyd Mayweather Jr. If it would have been Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather.
Yep.
They would have never wanted that shit. Yep. They thought they was going to be able to get one because Floyd was getting old, and he got whooped.
Facts.
He got the shit beat out of him. He looked stupid.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And because he didn't fight everybody at 160 and 168, the people who really matter, he would never be the star of boxing like he should be. Because right now it's Errol Spence Jr. That's the face. Exactly. Then you got Baby Tank, and we don't know what the fuck is going on with Deontay Wilder. But with Deontay Wilder's knockout power always makes him a fan favorite. He always going to sell out because he can knock somebody's soul out.
He may very well come back. But you
know,
right now, retirement right now.
But right now, as it stands, because he's fighting at the welterweight division and Tank's still at a small division that it don't move like the welterweight division. Errol Spence Jr. is the face because he never ducked.
Exactly.
He took 3 belts from 3 champions in his weight class.
Correction. Didn't move up. Spence and Ugas did well over 500K and still counted, bitch ass. So what the fuck you talking about?
Floyd didn't move up. Floyd didn't move up.
Spence versus Ugas did well over 500K. Go and do your homework.
Yeah, he's trolling. He's trolling.
Exactly.
He's trolling, and he don't donate to the channel, so they ain't even used to respond to him. Errol Spence didn't move up out of his weight class to fight a regular champion. He didn't go to 154 to fight some trash. He stayed in his weight class. He whooped everybody, and he's about to whoop the last motherfucker.
There you go, Rip B. Breezy. There you go.
800,000 is still counting.
It's still counting. Shit about to hit 1 million. Bitch ass.
You got if people don't realize this.
And right. And see, Tyson Fury only did 11K on pay-per-view. But Spence did 800K and still counted.
Wilder. That's why Wilder's team was a sucker and Wilder's team was trash. Because he's a cash cow. If he say you can't wear these gloves, you can't wear these gloves. They went to a fight anyway at a disadvantage, and I'm the nigga that sell the tickets. Fuck no. I'm the nigga that sell the tickets. You ain't wearing those gloves that's already bent up.
Y'all donate to motivate. Ribby Breezy, come on, man. You my nigga, dog. Teak Sports Coach. Teak Sports and Culture and Music. Donate the motherfucking motivate. All the haters, donate the motherfucking motivate. Go ahead, Ross.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I think some people wait till you get like a lot of subscribers for they decide to donate when you should really want to catch things on the ground floor coming up. because some people got a lot of subscribers. When you break down what they're saying, they don't even be saying shit.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even be saying shit worth your money, but you just get caught in the flux because everybody else donated. You feel like you got to donate too. At
This
the end of the day,
channel, this is the channel out the gate y'all should be donating to, because we say all kinds of hardcore shit.
At the end of the day, who's telling the truth about Canelo being a fucking duck besides us?
That's it.
We got people there, they posting shit, but when you go into the live, they're tiptoeing. They're on the fence. They're saying, "Is he a duck? I don't know." Blase, blase. They doing that for non-international boxing on the tiptoe type shit. Us, we're not doing that. We letting it be known as it is. If you not fighting Charlo, Benavidez, Andre, and you fight another bum ass fighter, you don't fight Spence, you ducking.
Yep.
You duck Spence.
Yep.
Point blank, period. And we know you would have ducked him if you thought you could win because you fought Amir Khan.
Exactly.
I would never let that go. I would never let the Rocky Fielding fight go. And when it comes to Canelo wasn't doing numbers like that either. He was flopping too. He went overseas to the UK. Everybody go to UK fights. They always sell out.
Exactly.
There ain't no back end money. There ain't no pay per view money like that.
Yep.
So he still wasn't getting paid shit.
Yep.
But they're gonna sell out. They're gonna do 80,000.
Yep.
Spence fight against Kell Brook. There was a lot of people there. I think it was over 50,000 there in his first title fight.
Man, teach sports and culture and music, man. We want to post your shit up, dog. Just donate, man. Donate to motivate. You put some hardcore shit. Rippy Brazy, y'all put some hardcore shit. Just donate to motivate, dog. We gonna keep y'all shit running. Just donate to motivate. Go ahead, Ross.
Yeah, man. Sometimes motherfuckers don't just want to spec out the gate, but it's whatever. But yeah, like I was saying, man, Canelo ain't start doing gate numbers till he went out there. Back in the States, when he come back to the States, you'll see. If he ain't fighting in a predominant Mexican area, he ain't gonna do no numbers like that.
Exactly.
Niggas wasn't fucking with Canelo when he was on that app, man. The Zone, niggas was not fucking with the Zone. Canelo, all those fights he had on the Zone, they all flopped.
Yep.
They all flopped. Every fight he had on the Zone flopped. He's not the cash cow like that.
Yep.
Spence finna pass that motherfucker up. If Spence make the fight, if they make the fight with Terrence Crawford, Spence get undisputed. It's gonna be over with for Canelo. Canelo gotta fight the Charlo, Andre, or he gotta fight Benavidez to even make up that ground. And this is another way, Canelo duck. Canelo been trying to fight the smaller Charlo and not the big Charlo.
Exactly. Jamel.
And then when they call him out on that, they say, "Oh, he made a mistake." Everybody fucking know there's a difference between Jamel and Jamal Charlo. One way bigger than the other. One got a wide face and one got a long face.
Here's the thing about it. We know Jamal Charlo would dominate fucking Canelo, but I honestly believe Jamal Charlo could beat up Canelo too, because Jamal Charlo is right in between power wise between Spence and Jamal. Like Canelo don't impress me.
I don't want that fight, man.
But I don't want that fight either. Yeah. I want Jamal fucking Charlo.
Yeah.
Because Jamal Charlo is deserving of the fucking fight.
That, and I don't want Jamal Charlo even get no fight like that. Jamal Charlo will sell out, ain't be selling out his brother. If he get that fight, he'll sell out his brother again.
Yep.
I want him to stay at a certain level so he understand he got to put his people first.
Exactly. I agree.
I don't know what the fuck they feed some of those dudes in Texas. You either got some niggas in Texas that's all about their people is strong, and you got some niggas in Texas that be saying wild shit like Charleston White.
Mm-hmm. And
hating on their own people
thing about it. But you understand the history behind Texas, so you can understand the history behind why it's 2/3 that way. Because you see, you got three niggas, and they 2/3 correct. Jamal's come correct, Earl come correct, but Jamel on that bullshit and fuck shit sometimes.
On it, boy. The nigga, and if he get that fight, the nigga will start talking cash money.
You know, I was on his ass, man. When he did that bullshit and fuck shit, I was on his ass too, man. Because I didn't like that. Because as a twins have a symbiotic relationship. They supposed to protect each other. I have so many twins in my family. It's not even funny, man. Like they always bout it for each other, man. They always respect each other, and they always look out for each other, man. When it's all said and done, they'll ride or die for each other. That's what you're supposed to do as a twin, especially when you are a fucking identical twin. Because there's so many variations of twins. There's Siamese twins, there's fraternal twins, but identical twins, man, them motherfuckers ride or fucking die. Salute to Evan Duncan. That's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all donate to motherfucking motivate, man.
Salute, man. Yeah, you're right, man. And that's the thing. And guess what? Shortly after he hated on his own brother, the nigga got a draw.
Yep.
And he better be lucky because they normally, if you draw a Latino fighter, they normally rob you.
Yep.
He got a draw as soon as he hated because he wasn't focused. He was too busy hating on his own brother and shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So nah, he don't need that shit. Charlo, bruh. If not Errol Spence. But yeah, but right now, Canelo, he's looking bad right now, man. That people are trying to say that the black community is sabotaging Canelo's fight. Man, the truth is the truth. If you're a PED cheat and you duck, you're a PED cheat and you duck.
Facts.
Point blank. Period.
Yep.
Nobody don't come to protect Big Baby. Big Baby Miller, a PED cheat. Nobody come to protect him.
Yep.
He get called out, a cheater. So why the fuck are we protecting Canelo?
Exactly.
If he's a cheater.
He's a fucking cheater. A motherfucking cheater. And here's the thing about it, man. There's 3 boxers in boxing that are smoking mirrors. Canelo, Manny Pacquiao, and Terrence Crawford.
Yep.
They are smoking fucking mirrors, man. And they're smoking mirrors for different reasons. Terrence Crawford, because Bob Arum put the right kind of fighters in front of him. Spence told y'all in that interview when Spence was tipsy, he was telling y'all the truth. Usually a tipsy nigga is usually the honest nigga in the room, man. And he told y'all niggas the truth. He said, who has Terrence Crawford fought? Earl didn't even go to Kell Brook. He didn't even go to the higher opponents. He said, who has Terrence Crawford fought that was better than Chris Algieri? He kept saying that shit.
Yeah. Well, at that point, he had Terrence Crawford hadn't even fought Chris. He hadn't fought Kell Brook yet. Mm-hmm. At that point, Terrence Crawford, his shit was really weak.
Fucking weak as fuck.
Yeah.
And my take is, wasn't Chris Algieri after Kell Brook?
Who?
Well, he fought Algieri after Kell Brook?
What are you talking about? For who?
With Errol Spence. I thought he fought Chris Algieri after Kell Brook.
He was talking about who has Terrence Crawford fought.
Oh, okay.
And I was telling you at that point, Terrence Crawford has not fought Chris Algieri. He didn't fight Kell Brook at that point. That's what I was saying. Terrence Crawford didn't fight Kell Brook at that point when Errol Spence said it. But I forget they've got a shared opponent. So you was thinking about Errol Spence.
Yeah, you ain't lying. But my thing is, who's better than Chris Algieri, dog?
That he fought? You have to go back to the Kell Brook that Spence fought.
Yep.
That Terrence Crawford ain't fought nobody at 147. I don't know how the fuck he got him pound for pound. That was a payoff. And the fact that people they're not admitting that, it's sickening, man. That was a fucking payoff.
Yep.
Because think about it. Who did he fight at 147 for him ever to be in the pound for pound?
Exactly.
Spence in here with all the belts at 147, but somehow Bud in the pound for pound. How is that?
Yep.
How, nigga? You got a WBO belt that top rank always have.
Yep.
They always have that belt.
You're right, Evan Duncan. Algieri was before Kell Brook.
Yeah. Somehow, some way, they always have that WBO belt. It means nothing.
Yep.
There's no lineage behind that belt. The only time that belt was great is when Floyd had it.
Yep.
That ain't no great belt. That belt trash. He ain't fought nobody. There's no lineage behind it. That belt done been passed back and forth between Manny, Tim Bradley, these niggas, man. Yeah, them niggas is trash, man. Manny ain't trash.
Leonard Bundu is a tough outer for any motherfucker. And Leonard Bundu was a savvy veteran that Earl retired. Ever since Earl put his hands on Leonard Bundu hasn't stepped into the ring ever since.
Right.
That's to tell you something.
It was over with.
Is that same Leonard Bundu, when he fought Keith Thurman, that should have been the prelude to let you know what Keith Thurman was about. because that same Leonard Bundu, when he fought Keith Thurman, that same Leonard Bundu gave Keith Thurman problems at the body. Same fucking body. And then Earl washed his ass, dog. Washed him.
Because Keith Thurman is lazy. He don't want to build up his body.
Yep.
People don't realize this. Keith Thurman be doing a lot of lazy shit, man. And when he was getting ready for Pacquiao, I knew he was gonna lose, man.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker was riding a bike in a Planet Fitness, man. I said, man, I ain't fucking with this nigga, bro.
Yep.
I said, this nigga gonna fuck around and get stopped. Fucking with Manny, man. You gotta be ready for Manny, because Manny fight awkward.
Yep.
He got the athleticism. He got the reaction of a boxer, but he swing like a regular dude. And those punches, if you a regular boxer, you're not used to those punches coming at those angles.
Because that's why Floyd had to fight him. You gotta understand, Keith Thurman gave Leonard Bundu his first loss unanimous, right? That was the first loss that he ever had where motherfucker boxed his ass unanimous. So Keith Thurman was getting high praise for that. But Earl gave Leonard Bundu the first loss via knockout.
Right.
Laid his ass out in the fucking canvas.
Right. And he ain't been in the ring since.
He's been in the ring since, nigga.
Exactly. This motherfucker was at Planet Fitness with a sauna suit on. But that sauna suit, and if you ain't training right, that sauna suit don't mean nothing. He and that bitch on a bike, bruh. And I was like, this nigga gonna fuck around and get stopped, man. I was like, man, ain't no way he gonna beat Manny doing this.
Yeah, fucking Planet Fitness, man. That
Manny's an old man, but he still runs 5-6 miles.
And not having world-class training or anything like that. Keith Thurman really thought he could disrespect Manny Pacquiao like that. That's why his ass got beat up. The way he got
his ass got dropped. Goofy ass, I'm still pissed off about that stupid shit, man. Yeah. Keith Thurman goes to whoop Manny. He's way
because if he trained like a world-class fighter, it would have been a different outcome.
And that's the thing. I hate when fighters leave that shit in the air. If I would have did this, if I would have did that, man. The fact of the matter is you didn't fucking do it, man. And this shit go against your credit.
Exactly.
I hate when fighters do that shit. I hate when basketball players do that shit. Shaq do that shit all the time. If I would have shot more free throws, I would have been the greatest. I would have been the greatest over Kareem. I would have had more points. Yep. Man, if a dog had a square ass, it would shit bricks.
Exactly.
What the fuck you talking about? If
If
a dog had a square ass, it was shit bricks, man. Who gives a fuck about if, man?
Yep.
Your ass can't shoot free throws. Therefore, you cost the Lakers some finals wins. If you could have shoot free throws, the Lakers would have won against the Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
If they ever put a Shaq ass on the line, he was missing all the fucking free throws.
Yep.
But back to boxing, man. But at the same time, it's just like I don't see how they could cover this up, this duck up.
Yep.
I don't see how they could cover this duck up, man. Just like those tattoos on Pete Davidson body. I don't see how you're gonna be able to cover that up. How you tattoo another man's kids on your neck, man? How the fuck do you tattoo another man's kids on your neck?
Facts.
Who does that?
Listen, man. Pete Davidson is a weird motherfucker. Salute to Jumpman 305 for that $9.99 donation. I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. This is what I was talking about, and that's why I had a problem with D.L. Hughley, because this is why you can't. Once you speak against a brother, you don't have no opportunity to come back and try to now talk good for the brother. Because now D.L. Hughley, that's why I put that shit on the community post. Now he's want to talk against Pete Davidson in support of Kanye West and said it was creepy behavior from Pete fucking Davidson. And he said, what the fuck is wrong with Pete Davidson? Oh, so now you got Kanye West's back? So now you realize Kanye West was fast forward in his thinking? Now you understood what Kanye West was trying to do? No, motherfucker. Once you fucked up and you talk shit against your brother, you don't have no room to come back.
You're right. Niggas always late when it comes to Kanye, man. Stop fighting against what he's saying. You ain't got to agree with everything. Just take the time to think about it. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. Take the time to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a man who says he hates the fact that his mother moved away from his father and it bothered him.
Yep.
Because his father at that moment was his best friend.
Yep.
That bothered him. So what makes you think he gonna be happy about his children being kept away from? That's number one. What makes you
Yep.
think he gonna like having random men around his kid when his mother never had random men around him?
Yep.
The one man she had around him was the man that she was dealing with long term. So he
Mm-hmm.
don't like that random niggas around his kids. Most
Yep.
stand-up men don't like that. The
Yep.
people who had a problem with Kanye are the people who didn't have dads, man. Your mother was allowed to do whatever the fuck she wanted to do at home because there was no man to stop her. And then you think you get upset because whenever a man stand on his own too, you get mad because you only thing you used to seeing is women stand on their own too.
Facts.
You got a problem when a man stand on his own too. But at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, DL Hughley did that shit because he was on Vlad TV, and Vlad TV, like Max Kellerman, like all the liberal motherfuckers don't like black people. They like ignorant black people.
Yep.
If you're a successful black man, if you're an intelligent black man, they always got some shit for you. They always got some hate tucked for you.
Yep.
They only like the sellout black niggas, the ignorant ass black niggas. You have to fit some type of stereotype for them to like you.
Yep.
If you don't fit in no stereotype, they ain't fuck with you because that's what liberalism is all about.
Facts.
Liberalism is when they tell you at work, man, you're a credit to your race. You smart for your kind.
Yep.
That's not a compliment. That's a disrespect to you.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck are you to tell me I'm a credit to my race?
Yep.
Well, who the fuck is you, nigga? You ain't, motherfucker. You ain't Denzel Washington. You ain't part of this thing of ours. You can't tell me I'm a credit or nothing. You ain't no stand up motherfucker like no motherfucker we look up to.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't W.E.B. Du Bois. So you can't tell me I'm a credit to my race, bro. What the
Exactly.
fuck? Man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? You just a white man. Nigga. You can't tell me nothing about
keep
my
in mind,
race.
a few months of Kim and Pete dating, Kim had Kanye's kids sitting in Pete's lap. Facts. But people overlook that because they don't like Kanye. I said this before. I've said this on my channel. And I don't care how vulgar I am about the shit. Ross know how I am because I'm a wrestler. I get down. If Pete Davidson would have done that to my daughter, I would have beaten him unconscious, man. I would have made him lose his state of consciousness to know that my daughter is on your fucking lap. I would have beat you until you would have lost all sense of consciousness, man. I wouldn't have give a fuck.
And then my baby mother would have to pay somehow, some way. I would have got custody of my kids. She would have to pay for that because you can't be using my kids to try to hurt me.
And this is why I said in my community post today, and I was very sarcastic. And I said, Kim Kardashian gets mother of the fucking year. Get the fuck out of here. I was very sarcastic about that shit. Because what mother that's very protective of her daughter? This is why Northwest should have had a black mother. Because if her mother was black, there's no way she would have told that nigga. Don't you? If he would even thought to try to put Northwest on the lap, if it was a black woman, she would have slapped his ass. She would have slapped him.
Depending. There's some black women that are trash that use their kids too.
That's true too.
The fact of the matter is,
that's true too. If they not white man struck, if they not white man struck and they're a black queen, and let's say they just fucking with a white dude, they would have slapped the shit out of his ass. What the fuck? How you got my daughter sitting on your lap? They would have slapped the shit out of his ass.
But thing about it is, I don't think he randomly did it. I think she did it. She did it. She told him to do that.
This nigga out of his own mouth also said that, the cryptic talks that he had about her kids. That shit is scary. You know what I'm saying? That shit is weird. That shit is weird as fuck.
That's the thing.
Why would you have a mental case motherfucker like that around your fucking kids?
That's the thing. The problem is, this society, the way they set things is, the black man could do no right, and a white woman could do no wrong. Fact of the matter is, she had children. She's held to a standard. She's supposed to be a mother.
Exactly.
Regardless if the bitch was pink, purple, or yellow, she's supposed to be protecting her children. But because there's no accountability. Well, I mean, there's no accountability. I mean, there's white women that have got away of murder, killing their own children. Everyone knew it, and they walked away scot free.
Yep.
There's no accountability for them, so there's no accountability for her sending her daughter in a grown man's lap.
Yep. And here's the trippy
There's no
part about
accountability
it.
for that. The
I
media.
want to know what Steve Harvey got to say now, because DL Hughley's now siding with Kanye. So now is Steve Harvey gonna come on some apology shit? Because you know these black niggas off these ancient history days, when they finally realized they were stuck on stupid, they always a day late and a fucking dollar short.
Gotta think about it. Gotta think about one thing. Out of all the comedy kings, the kings of comedy, only one dead. The other ones are alive.
Yep.
The one that didn't sell out is the one they killed off.
That's true.
Okay, we ain't just get to this point of all this shit. Yep. They had to get rid of a lot of people to get to this point to where all this shit is tolerated.
That's true.
Because guess who was a big proponent of men should be men and women should be women? Bernie Mac. They had to get rid of him to push the LGBT.
Yep.
Who's a big proponent of black ownership? Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Prince. They had to get rid of them.
People forget Michael Jackson. People forget Michael Jackson set up and influenced and basically motivated a lot of people and helped a lot of people's careers get off to the next level. He helped Michael Jordan. He helped Kobe Bryant. Kanye West seeked out Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson helped out a lot of motherfuckers, dog. A lot. Michael Jackson don't get nowhere near the credit for being influential in helping black people to see things on a higher plane. Because he was the only motherfucker that said, you know what? In the 80s, you got to understand what he did in the 80s. It was monumental. This nigga basically went in there and snatched the fucking Beatles catalog, man. That's some gangster shit, man. That's some straight gangster business shit. That's a motherfucker that's on top of his business acumen.
And that's the thing. And what they do as soon as he did that, they say he was crazy.
And ever since then, they killed him off. That whole, you know, putting him on sleep medication, all that shit. Man, all that shit was planned, because if you do the research, the doctor that was hired to give him the shit was not from the other side of the record label. People forget Michael Jackson. The reason why Michael Jackson was so fucking rich is Michael Jackson owned masters of Beyonce. He owned Beyonce's masters. He owned fucking a lot of songs that Beyonce did with Jay-Z. He owned them shit, and he owned a lot of shit that other artists did. But you know what Michael Jackson said? I'm all about my people. So I'm not gonna, when it comes to my people, I'm not gonna own their masters outright. I'm gonna give them the opportunity to get their own masters too. They can buy their own masters from up under me. So you know why they killed Michael Jackson? Because Michael Jackson owned the other half of Sony.
Yeah.
You understand how big of a conglomeration Sony is? He owned 50% of the shit.
Sad thing about it is that was rightful for how much money he made Sony.
Yep.
It was rightful for him to own that, and they made it seem like he did something wrong. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that I'm trying to push. Here's the thing that I'm trying to get out. When Michael Jackson made the power move, and started talking against people who own black people, he became a pedophile and he became crazy overnight.
I was just about to say that, but Ross is talking right now. I'm gonna let when Ross is done. I'm gonna say that.
You're right, because that's small potatoes. Eminem catalog, fuck Eminem catalog. I'm talking about some real shit right now. Because we keep falling for this shit. We keep allowing them to tell us black men are crazy.
Yep.
They don't know they're doing that so they could kill them later on. Yep. And you're not gonna care because you wrote them off as crazy. Soon as they say a black person is crazy, we go and we believe it.
Yep.
Y'all let these niggas drive y'all crazy with that TMZ shit. And that wasn't even what Kanye has said.
Kanye West said, and it surprised me. Kanye West said the artist that he looked up to that was his most influential artist, and I could see why Kanye West is like him in a lot of ways now, is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was viewed the way you see Kanye West is viewed now. That's how Michael Jackson was viewed then.
Right.
Crazy, aloof, didn't know what the fuck he was doing, weird as fuck. But do you know how genius Michael Jackson was? How much of a
But he
genius this
wasn't none
motherfucker
of
was?
those things. All those was media narratives.
Yep,
And niggas believe that.
yep. Because as soon as Michael Jackson got with Al Sharpton and them, and he started out in Sony, that's when basically they were getting ready to kill his ass. And then a few years later, This Is It came out, and then they found a way to basically kill him. And
That's when they
if
physically killed him. They had begun to kill him way before that.
exactly.
I'm trying to teach y'all the cycle, but y'all not listening to me. Y'all still want to talk about Eminem. Fuck Eminem.
Mhm.
Eminem is a talented person, but he's not all that.
But he's white.
He's not
Thank
all
you,
that.
Ross. Thank you for Ross for saying that he's not all that.
Right. Fuck Eminem, man. He's talented. I would never be able to rap like Eminem. I know that. That's fine. We talk about some real shit. There's a cycle they do. It's in the Bible. They did it to powerful black men then. They do it to now. First thing they do, they start lying and they start killing your character.
Yep.
First thing they do, they kill your character.
Yep.
Second thing they do, they cause dissension between you and whoever you fucking with.
Yep.
After they get the people to start speaking on you and accepting the fact or wanting you to die, then they kill you.
Yep.
Because there's no backlash. So think about what they did to Jesus.
Yep.
They set a trial for him in the middle of the night with no witnesses. The trial was based on lies that they set already in place. They had people lying on Jesus. Then after they destroyed his character, they brought him out in front of the people. And they made the people choose between his death, his life, or how they were going to treat them. Because they said, "Is this the king of the Jews?" Knowing if they say yes, people don't realize black people were in just like we're in.
Because they put him in front of the white people, knowing that if they would have said yes, that would have been ultimate death, sudden death.
Right. Just like we in a occupation right now in a foreign land, where they were occupying a black land back then in Israel. It was white. It was European Romans occupying Israel. They call them Romans. They're Italian people. Romans. They control Israel. We just live there, right? They brought them out and said, "This y'all king?" Sarcastically. And they're like, "No, we had no one king but Caesar." Bam. Okay, let's kill this motherfucker. They make you accept the fact that they finna get ready to kill the motherfucker. Then they kill him.
Yep.
That's the cycle they've been using.
Yep.
And every time you let them say a black man is crazy, that's not crazy, you helping them. Because nobody said King Von was crazy. He was talking about killing his own people. Nobody said Lil Durk crazy. This nigga rap about killing black people every day. Nobody say it's something wrong with fucking the baby. All he do is fight all the time.
Yep.
Oh, only black people now.
Yep.
Nobody saying nothing wrong with Cardi B. All these bitches talk about how they hate men and men ain't shit. They just want all that is fully functional shit. But Kanye said, you know what? Maybe we need to buy some land and maybe we need to teach our children ourselves. And niggas be like, "Oh, he crazy." And then y'all go and y'all say the same thing, and all y'all doing is preparing your own people for the slaughter because you accepting the narrative.
Yep.
That's all y'all doing, man.
You ain't lying. And here's the thing that was trippy about it. Towards the end, when Michael Jackson started, you gotta understand all of the people that he was working with. It was really causing a storm in the music industry because he was working with R. Kelly. Oh hell no! Don't, you can't be working with him. He showed up at Jay-Z's Summer Jam. Oh no, you can't do that. You can't be working with, you can't be working behind the scenes with Kanye West. You can't be impacting guys that's polarizing like Kobe Bryant. No, you can't be doing that. And then at the same time, you can't be outing us as a main conglomerate, i.e. Sony. So we're gonna have to do away with you. You too dangerous. And we're gonna have to take that 50% away from you. Yeah, instead, this guy right here, what Kanye's trying to do right now is what Michael Jackson did in the 80s. And
Mm-hmm.
Kanye is on the evolution where he's at the brink to do that shit right now. Michael Jackson did that shit in the 80s. Michael Jackson and his business partner said, hold up, the Beatles catalog is up. All of these other artists' catalogs are up for sale. Michael Jackson said, I'm not trying to be an artist. I'm trying to be a major mogul here. And the only way to be a major mogul and move is to be able to own these people's catalogs. Because if I own their catalog, guess what? I can now decide how I can define my own music. That's why he did that. Because he
Right.
wanted to control everything. Once he got these motherfuckers' catalogs, you notice Michael Jackson was able to control everything musically and the way that he expressed himself. The music industry hated him for that because he was the original motherfucker to do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't stand the fact that, oh shit, this motherfucker is outing us. When you listen to Billie Jean, you listen to fucking Off the Wall, some of the tracks on that shit. And that was his greatest album. If you ask me, Off the Wall was his greatest album. You listen to some of the cryptic shit um from Michael Jackson's, moments when he talked and Beat It. He was
Mm-hmm.
outing the music industry left and right, man, in every fucking track.
Mm-hmm.
And they hated him. When he said heal the world, he wasn't talking about healing the fucking world. He was talking about healing the world from the music industry. They
Right.
hated this motherfucker. So every time he dropped a record, they was like, oh, we're going to have to do away with this man. We got to assassinate his character. This man had legitimate vitiligo where his skin color, his skin pigmentation turned. And they tried to basically make it seem like he was basically not. They pegged him out as a guy who was trying to not be black, like he was
not be black.
Shit.
And black niggas ate that shit up.
They ate it up hard.
They ate it up, man.
Black women ate that shit up hard.
We let these people tell us whatever the fuck they want us to think about our people, and we just believe it.
Yep. They put this nigga on a Pepsi set, and back then that's what niggas wore, Jerry curls. And they knew damn well these people, it wasn't a coincidence. They knew damn well the fireworks was placed perfectly right up under where his Jerry curls was at. They burned this nigga's hair. That they thought they basically was trying to kill him that night.
Man, trying to kill Michael Jackson, man.
That motherfucker had 3rd-degree burns. Do you understand the level of 3rd-degree burns?
Yeah, that's down to the white men.
Yes,
that's down to the white men, man.
3rd fucking degree burns, and he ain't recovered from them shits ever since. But they made you believe that he was trying to go into this whole. He's changing his color when he had vitiligo and he was having a skin pigmentation issue. They don't tell you that part. And he had to get treatments because he had that skin disease. They don't tell you that, but they want to tell you he was trying to change his skin color. You see how they fuck with you? Prince, they killed Prince off, man.
They said
Prince just died.
They said Prince got high. They said Prince got high and killed himself. Prince was he was devout Jehovah's Witness. That nigga ain't do nothing to his body, man.
That motherfucker was healthy as fuck.
That nigga was healthy, man. He ain't believing that shit. They said Prince hardly used to drink liquor.
Yeah.
When he was young.
But he
would have liquor every now and then to celebrate.
But he suffered from cardiac arrest. Did he suffer from cardiac arrest? But he was a fountain of health. Come on, man. That's bullshit. Man.
They smoked Prince because Prince was on the same shit. Prince and Mike had a competition out of music, but they had the same mind when it came to ownership.
Yep.
They believed in owning it. Prince believed in owning your own shit so bad that if you didn't own your own shit, he'd be like, I'm not doing no song with you because your mind in the wrong place. Get your masters, then I'll do a song with you. I'm not. He said, I'm not putting nobody else's kids through college. I'm not putting their kids through college. Get your masters. That's how he meant. That's what he meant. They murked Prince, man.
Yep.
Then they had to get rid of the Whitney Houston. Even though she was down bad, she was still a lady. They had to get rid of that mindset so they could bring in the Cardi B's, the Megan Thee Stallions, all that. They had to get rid of Lauryn Hill. These women had their problems, but they were still women at the end of the day.
Exactly.
None of us are perfect.
They were viewed as distinguished women.
So they had to get rid of that.
Yep.
To bring in the orange hair business, the Lil Kims and shit.
Yep. Could you imagine a black woman being distinguished? No, we can't have that. We can't fucking have that. We can't have that good image with a black woman. No, that's supposed to be only our white women that's supposed to have that.
Can't have it. This how distinguished Whitney Houston was. Whitney Houston was on hard drugs and still more distinguished than these bitches as young as hell.
Exactly.
Still
You
carry
know
herself.
who looked up to Whitney Houston? You know who looked up to Whitney Houston? It was white women, man. They wanted to be like her. That's how distinguished she was. She not only was a role model for her black community and black women, because you hear how black women talked about her, she was also distinguished amongst white women. They idolized this woman.
Yeah.
And you know what they said? Oh no, a black woman can't have that much power. We gotta off her ass. Fuck that bullshit. We're gonna coke her ass up. We're gonna drug her ass up. Let me tell you something. You think she became a cocaine? Whitney Houston never touched. If you
She was
listen
a
to
church
Whitney
girl.
Houston, aunt, I think what's her name? Warren Dion or something like that. Warwick Dion.
Dionne Warwick.
Dion Warwick. Dion Warwick will tell you the truth. She said my niece was never on coke. They took her ass and brought her ass to one of those Clive Davis's party. Let me tell you, Clive Davis party is one of them fucking fucked up parties, man. They took her ass to one of those parties. They basically made her inhale fucking coke. And here's the thing: once a motherfucker gets ingested by that shit, they get addicted. One or two things happen if you've never had coke before in your system. You either die because it elevates your heart rate to a point to where you don't know what you're doing, or it puts you to a state of ecstasy that your body's never felt before. And guess what ended up happening to Whitney Houston? She had the opposite effect. Her heart rate didn't go fast and she didn't go into cardiac arrest. She went into ecstasy and they fucked around and made her a drug addict.
Right. That's how it be for a lot of them. A lot of these girls they learn how to sing in church.
Yep.
We don't have money to get professional music lessons, professional singing lessons. Niggas hone their craft at church. I learned how to play drums at church.
Yep.
Nobody taught me how to play drums. I learned by fucking up the church service, getting better and better and better.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Your mom wasn't playing, boy. She would beat your ass.
Oh yeah, she wasn't hitting me behind it, but when but you just got ridiculed. Like, damn man, you trash. You got to get better and better and better. So at the same time, these people don't use drugs. So where they get introduced to hard drugs? When you first get on, you don't have money like that.
Exactly.
So who introduced you to these hard drugs? Cocaine costs money.
Yep.
And back then, cocaine costs money, bro. And you gotta have money to do cocaine.
And she wasn't doing no crack because crack is in the hood. She was doing cocaine.
Exactly. So who provided that pure coke?
Clive Davis.
The fucking record labels.
Don't tell me nothing. Nobody can't tell me nothing. Clive Davis was her demise, man. Nobody can't tell me shit. That's the same thing, Clive Davis that gave her all that fronted all her money or whatever. Clive Davis, he looked like a Bob Arum, so you could tell he probably every bit of a fucking Bob Arum when it comes to music.
We always finger point at black people that's down bad. We never ask ourselves how this person get there.
Yep.
Ain't no 3-year-old talking about I'm gonna do coke the rest of my life, man.
Yep.
Ain't no nigga talking about I'm finna be blood the rest of my. Ain't no 5-year-old talking about what's up, blood.
Yep.
What's up, cuz?
Yep.
Nigga on the boss on the GD.
Yep.
Niggas get groomed for that shit. Niggas become that. How they become it?
Yep.
And people always talk about, man, y'all had an 11-year-old catching bodies in Chicago.
Yep.
How that happened? What system created that? What mother created that?
Mm-hmm.
What Great type of mother raised that?
Great fucking point.
You know what I'm saying? All these things happen for reasons because shit just don't happen. Niggas don't just become dope things.
Nope.
In our community, all we do is talk about niggas when they get down bad.
Exactly.
Then as soon as somebody says something about your dope fiend ass auntie, you ready to fight.
Exactly.
Nigga, we all got dope fiends in our family. We all got niggas that ain't shit in our family.
Yep.
How the fuck they get that way?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Don't get this shit twisted, man. Clive Davis set her ass up. And Clive Davis was trying to set up Alicia Keys, but Alicia Keys paid attention. And she saw through the mistake of Whitney Houston. You know what Alicia Keys told Clive Davis? She finessed him. She said, nah, I'm going to arrange my own music. I'm going to compose my own music. I'm going to do everything myself. All I need you to do is front me, And once you front me, I'm gonna pay all that money back immediately after the first album. You know, Alicia Keys
Right.
went broke her first album because she didn't want Clive Davis to have that advanced ownership over her. She didn't start
Right.
making money until her second album because
Right.
she saw the mistakes from Whitney Houston and she didn't replicate it. That's why you see she's not a cokehead.
That's why. That's the thing. Each one teach one.
Yep.
If ain't nobody reaching you, you gotta. That's why you gotta. I feel like you gotta raise the next generation to be thinkers, man.
Yep.
We always raising the next generation to fight. We've been fighting all the time. If you don't being a fighter don't mean shit if you don't know who to fight.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who to fight. All the people we still on is black people.
Yep.
That's the only motherfuckers we fight is other black people. The only motherfuckers we kill only black. We don't know who to fight. So let's stop teaching niggas how to fight and teach niggas how to think.
Exactly.
Niggas need to know how to think, man. And she was a
Yep.
thinker. She figured she's like, all right, man. At the end of the day, I'd rather be broke than be owned.
Yep.
But how many black people think that way?
And she knew she was a female. She knew she was a female R. Kelly because outside of R. Kelly and obviously Michael Jackson and Kanye West too, there was no other female that could do what it was only those three dudes that was doing that. There was no other female that had all of that ability that could arrange, compose, write, produce, and
right,
fucking do music at the same time, whether it's sing or rap. She had that multi-talented ability, so she knew whether it was Clive Davis or not, somebody was gonna get her ass, and she
right.
would put on regardless. So Clive Davis had to toe the line to that shit because her talent was so undeniable, and she knew that, and she leveraged it. So
Yep.
she knew her worth. It's a beautiful thing when black people know they fucking worth, man.
Because little kid, you probably already know, he probably wanted to turn her out badly.
Exactly. Probably wanted to fuck her.
You probably want because that's the only way they could fuck those girls, man.
Yep.
How you think? You think a Tommy Mottola got a Mariah Carey because he was fired like that?
Nah.
Nah, he had Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey was he could have her to the point where she was out of her mind, man.
Yep.
She had to
Straight
get
money.
away from
It's
that
the
nigga.
straight money and the power and the influence and the leverage.
She had to get her. She had to get away from him to get her mind back.
Yep.
If you use drugs long enough, you go into psychosis. You can't tell the difference between reality, and you don't know
You
what's
know why
real
you
and what's
fucked me
not.
up with that? That's between me and Ross, but Ross fucked me up with that Mariah Carey for a quick second. That nigga fucked me up. He know why. That's our inside joke.
Yeah, man.
You fucked me up for just a quick second, but I'm back. I'm normal now.
He had Mariah Carey out there, man, and because you get people hooked on shit, they not they self. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're not they self. That's what they do, man. They find out what's your vice, or they make your vice. If your vice is ego, they kiss your ass all fucking there.
Mm-hmm.
Your vice is girls. There's girls around you all the time.
Yep.
Your vice is liquor. Liquor around you all the time. Coke. You have mountains of coke like you fucking Tony Montana.
Yep. And you
And
notice
then
when
meanwhile,
Mariah Carey left that Montola motherfucker, she stopped having miscarriages. She was able to bake babies, and now she's looking younger than ever
yeah,
because she was able to get up under that shit, man. Me and Ross, man, we all about our people. Mariah Carey is our fucking people. Anybody that represents our people as black people, we want to see them thrive. What you guys don't understand is we are about our fucking people, man. We want to see every one of our fucking people thrive. I'm gonna tell you right now, I
yep.
was talking to this motherfucker, exactly, Evan Duncan. He said law 33, find a person's thumb screw. Facts. The thing is and I was talking to this motherfucker about this shit offline, and I said to myself, Aaliyah, man, was the progenitor of the triple threat because she was a singer, she was fucking actress and
Mm-hmm.
dancer at the same time, man. And her legacy lived on through two people. It lived on through Beyonce and Rihanna. When I look at Beyonce and Rihanna, I look at Aaliyah basically split in two because
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce was able to take the musical part of her, and Rihanna was able to take every other element of her. Because whereas Beyonce could failed as like a actress, because she tried the movie shit, it didn't work for her. She was just too stiff. Rihanna did very well with that, and Rihanna's now into fashion and shit like that with Fenty and all that shit. So I look at her legacy and I said to myself, man, that woman right there in terms of her musical ability, her genius, what she brought to the table. She also gave birth. You know, we think of Lauryn Hill, we think of Whitney Houston. Aaliyah gets some of that credit too. These three women were like the progenitors of what you see today with the quality artists that's out there, like the Alicia Keys of the world. You know what I'm saying? There's that what's her name, man? She could have went very fucking far. But you know, the industry held her back. Chrisette Michelle, you know what I'm talking about?
Black people held her back because
She
she did.
fucking, and
Black
but
people held her back.
I feel like the industry held her back too,
No,
bro. I really do.
black people held her back. We control what's hot, what's not.
Because her ass was complete.
She got paid. She got paid to do a show. And black
Mhm.
people didn't like the fact that Donald Trump was there, and they canceled her.
Yep.
We decide what's hot.
Yep.
Because we working with what, $2 to $3 trillion in our community.
But see, who puppeteered that situation? Who fucked black people's heads up? Who put them in a mentally
they did, but
bonded
the
state?
thing about it is, I'm making us be responsible for once.
Okay, I feel you.
Right? They of course they puppeteer all the shit.
Yep.
But we gotta stop being so. First of all, what has politics done for us to be so gung ho about
being
politics?
so fucking gullible?
How the fuck are you gung ho about politics? What has the Democratic Party really done for black people?
And what did Chrisette Michelle do that was so fucking wrong? Like, what did she violate?
She went in there, sung 3 songs and left.
Exactly.
Niggas, I'm not supporting her no more. I don't care. She's talented. She disappointed me. People talking about she needed to die. People saying all type of stupid shit.
And mess with her ego, mess with her mind, mess with her psychology. I mean, y'all don't understand how, man. There's that song that she did with Rick Ross. Whew, man. When I listen to that damn song, dog.
You talking about Ashley Martin?
Yeah, Ashley Martin, dog. Oh my gosh. Her bars on fucking Ashley Martin, man. Oh, y'all niggas don't understand how talented Chrisette Michelle is, man. They fucked her up, man. I got mad. I honestly got mad at black people because I understood what level of artistry she could have fucking been. Like, right now, she would have been in the top 3 names. Like, you talking about Beyonce, you would have been talking about Chrisette Michelle right there with Beyonce and Alicia Keys right now.
They got rid of her, man.
Easily. Because she was influencing the fact that, you know, she was kind of like, you know, I wouldn't say she was BBW, but you know what I'm saying? She was a little heavier set, and she was making beautiful people black women that were heavier set look comfortable.
They get BBW. BBW is not fat. It's a big curvy woman. It's not
exactly.
Fat. If you got a lot of stomach, you ain't BBW.
Exactly.
She was a big, thick as hell, full-figure woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and she embodied that. She made that become a thing where it was sexy for black women and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because black women were even looking at the BBW stigma as a negative thing. And it's not really a negative thing. There's not a negative connotation behind it. It's only negative based on whose standards.
Well, a lot of bitches want you to lie to them. Bitch, you not skinny.
Exactly.
And you not thick. You're a little bigger than thick.
Exactly.
But you're not fat neither. They be wanting you to lie. How I look at this dress? That dress too small for you.
Exactly.
Now you're a grown ass woman. You decide to wear that. You got to deal with the ramifications of that.
Exactly.
I'm telling you right now, you too big for that fucking dress.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. But they want you to lie. Say, oh, you only like you gained a pound, bitch. You gained 20 pounds.
Exactly. And we're not gonna lie to you. If your ass sitting here saying your ass is over 300 pounds, but you saying you want a nigga that's between 180 to 200 solid muscle, you know what I'm saying? Walking around with 6-pack, 8-pack. That's unrealistic, man.
6'7".
6'7".
You make $350,000 a year. Stop.
That's unrealistic. Come on now.
Yeah.
That's fucking unrealistic.
It's bad bitches that can't even get that.
Nah. And this is the trip part about it. If you understand hypergamy and you understand female nature and you understand all that pre-selection shit, the baddest bitches get played on more than anybody else. Me and Ross know this because you know who the baddest bitches get? They get the high value male, and the high value males have options.
Right.
So they get played on more than anybody else. Don't get that shit twisted. Now, to you beta males, it's perceived to you that they're like the hottest thing smoking and they don't get played on, but bullshit. They get played on a lot.
Because a lot of them don't have shit to offer, just to them being bad.
Exactly.
And a bitch that don't have nothing to offer always gonna get treated less than a woman. A woman could be an 8 and be a homemaker and bring peace to your life, and a man will treat them better than they'll treat a bad bitch. A man, not no beta.
Yep.
Because betas put bitches on pedestals.
Yep.
Men treat you according to what you bring to the table. You keeping the house good and clean, it's good food cut. You nice. You make sure I'm straight, I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you got something to say, you come to me with respect. Those type of bitches could get the world. But it don't matter how cold you is. If you got an attitude all the time, that shit get old, man.
Yep.
With me, I don't have no patience.
Yep.
I went on dates with bitches that was bad and had a good time. And then afterwards, after she fucked, she started having an attitude. And trying to like leverage herself. And I never called them again. I'm talking about cold.
Yep.
I wanted to put these bitches on my Instagram, everything, let niggas know that never put them on my Instagram, never call them again. I don't gotta deal with that.
Yep.
I ain't no young nigga. I'm 39 years old. I don't gotta deal with that. I won't call you back. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got an attitude problem? Hey man, that's between you and your father, man. Ain't got shit to do with me.
Yep. It's like Ross said. I mean, you look at my 3 rotation girls, they're not 10s. They between, and I'm honest with them, they between 8 and a half. All of them. But their cooperation, their submissiveness, and their good behavior, it makes them like 10s to me. I'd rather deal with them 1,000% any day of the week than deal with a motherfucking 10 that's gonna sit here and be like, hey, what we eating, what we doing, and shit like that. Like I told Ross offline, I did that community post. I know you saw that shit, Rick B. Brazy. There was a motherfucker that was rated higher than them, that looked higher than them, and that motherfucker had the nerve to tell me, try to come at me sideways. And I had to check that motherfucker because you felt that maybe you was a 9 or some shit. You felt that you could come at me sideways. You could talk to me in kind of way. Nah, we don't play those games over here because it ain't about looks, man. It's like what Ross say. I value cooperation over anything, man. Cooperation is the biggest fucking thing in my book. If you can be cooperative, you can basically be submissive and you can show good behavior. Shit, sky's the limits for you. But you come in here sassy, nasty, with some masculine energy, man. Shit. I'm already put your ass as trash filled, man. I'm put your ass in the garbage can.
Yeah. If you what the world calls a 10 and you masculine, you automatically beneath an 8 that's feminine. Because to me, masculine women aren't pretty to me.
Nah.
They ain't not beautiful to me, man.
Nah.
A woman shouldn't be acting like no man. I don't like nothing about that shit. I had a homeboy used to always get these magazines where women working on cars. I always thought he was a weirdo for that shit. Like, man, she look stupid as fuck working on that car, man. Exactly. I don't give a fuck. She know how to change the engine, man.
Yep.
She better know how to cook doing all that shit.
Exactly.
Because your ass ain't finna be nowhere near my car.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck. You better know how to cook, man. These bitches want to do everything but what the fuck they supposed to do.
But what's exactly?
Then motherfuckers be all up in ours, man. Man, my bitch know how to fix TVs. Like, hey man, what's your girl cook? I'm hungry. Like, bro, tell that bitch to put down that TV and learn how to cook, nigga.
Exactly. And what these motherfuckers don't realize is when they saying that shit, they're emasculating themselves by saying that. So basically, you propping up these females for doing the shit. What the fuck are you doing? Sitting there being lazy as fuck. They're not gonna respect you, and they're gonna be even more masculine against your ass because you valuing them. You propping them up the way a woman should be propping her man up. Yeah, man. It's like the roles is fucking reverse.
Niggas be crazy talking about man, saying goofy shit. My girl tougher than me, or like Wiz Khalifa said the other day, I love when women boss me around. They try to put that shit in the air and niggas be soaking that shit up.
Ross, remember when we talked about that shit? That's why we're gonna start doing those segments. The reason why, and now we know why the climate is what it is. I'm glad Ross said that shit. Because it ain't just Drake. The reason why the climate is of masculine filled energy is because me and Ross talked about this shit offline. We tell you all live. It's these celebrities and these motherfuckers that's famous that have given these women the idea that they are masculine. They can. It's okay for them to be masculine.
Hippie don't
They
got
fucked
nothing
the
to do.
game up.
Hippie don't got shit to do with it.
Nah, hippie don't got shit to
Hippie
do
don't
with it.
got shit to do
I
with
know
being.
hippie motherfuckers that put bitches in their place.
The hippie ain't got shit to do with you
Nah.
loving a woman to tell you what to do. You
Mm-mm.
you low key feminist. You low key a mama's boy. You
Yep.
haven't grown past that stage.
Yep.
I was 8 years old then, like my mama telling me what to do.
Yep.
I had to rebel just because.
Yep. I know a lot of hippie motherfuckers in Portland, and I've seen them around they chicks. They women are submissive as fuck to them. So hippie ain't got shit to do with it.
Hippie ain't got shit to
He
do
ain't
with
got
it.
shit to
Nigga.
do with it. Fucking
Jimi
little
Hendrix was a hippie. He wasn't down
what's that rock star name?
Jimi Hendrix was a hippie.
Jimi Hendrix was hippie as a motherfucker. And that
He
motherfucker was
wasn't
out
bowing
his
down to
shit.
no. He wasn't bowing down no bitches.
Nope.
Yeah, man.
And it's more so the mindset. And this is what me and Ross trying to tell y'all. It's the mindset. Y'all listen to us OGs, man. Y'all be on that wave because me and Ross had to learn the alpha shit the hard way, man. We had to learn that shit the hard way. We had our mentors, but our mentors talked to us. We just talked about this shit earlier. They talked to us here and there. We didn't have alpha male strategies. We didn't have all these YouTubers that got 900,000 plus videos. Y'all didn't have even us to sit here and teach y'all this shit consistently. We had to figure this shit out through the mud, man. We had to go through trial and error. We had to go through experiences. We had to fucking basically get our heads in the fucking dirt to figure this shit out. We had to go through some shit. We both had to go through marriages to figure this shit out, man. But y'all motherfuckers got it easy. So with all of this shit that y'all got in front of y'all, if y'all still failing, that's on y'all. Because if I had what y'all had, if Ross had what y'all had, me and Ross would be 10 times where we at right now. I'm just being honest with you.
Yep.
So take the opportunity, take the advancement that y'all have, and take the shit for what it is. But yeah, man, back to donate to motivate, man. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Y'all need to donate to motivate to this platform, man. We giving y'all guys that heat and that fire. Y'all told us, hey, cover boxing. Y'all told us, you know what I'm saying? We want to hear from y'all. Y'all the Michael Jordan and the Kobe Bryant a fucking live stream, and then we ain't getting those donations, man. What's up with that, man?
Right.
Something is wrong with that picture. Do we got to go scarce again? Because it seemed like when we went scarce, niggas was starving.
It is what it is. But man, this was another great live though, man.
It was, man.
This was another great live, man.
Any closing thoughts?
Nah, hell no. Said everything I gotta say, man.
I said everything I had to say too, man. Y'all be easy, man. Y'all have a great, what is it, Tuesday? Y'all have a great Tuesday. We'll catch y'all again the next time around towards the end of the week. Any last donations that could come in, we would appreciate it. Give whatever you can. You know what I'm saying? Support both of our platforms. Tom Ross TV Raw. Tom Ross TV is killing the game. Salute to you, Rip B. Brazy. We appreciate the donation for motivation. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate that. Make sure you guys check out the shorts that I'm throwing out. And make sure you guys check out our uniqueness and what we're bringing out, man, because at the end of the day, we're really putting shit out there in a very original and authentic way. I don't think you guys give us enough credit for that, but nobody is basically doing the space, and nobody's basically having the space that we have on YouTube. You get originality from us each and every outing. You get authenticity from us each and every outing. And I want y'all to catch Tom Ross TV Raw breakdown of Snowfall. You can catch it on Tom Ross TV Raw, or you can catch it on Tom Ross TV, because not only is he breaking the show down, he's taking life experiences and interweaving it into Snowfall and getting you guys to see things on a bigger plane, on a bigger scale. Nobody is breaking down shows the way this man is breaking down shows. Y'all need to take y'all asses over there so y'all can see what the fuck's going on. And over here, when we do our Double Dragons conglomerate attributions, y'all need to pay attention, man, because we're always dropping gems and jewels. We gave y'all the boxing, but the bigger story was when we started touching the Kanye West situation, because you know why? We went into real life. When we started talking Michael Jackson, This is the bigger conversation. This is the bigger topic when we talk about our people. Because at the end of the day, that moves us more than anything else. That's what we're passionate about. We're passionate about our people. We're passionate about how the growth of our people, the evolution of our people. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. Ross, me and Ross see it. Our people are taking over. I'm seeing this revolution where our people are getting awoke and we're getting to the point where we're taking over. This is telling you that Yeshua is coming soon.
Yeah.
Because our people, they starting to wake up, man. They starting to see the bullshit for what it is, man. You can see that. They
Yep.
questioning shit, they challenging shit, and they're not just taking any bullshit in front shit, fuck shit that's in front of them. So y'all be easy. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Don't do anything that we wouldn't do. And we'll catch y'all on the next time, man. All of those that donated, we appreciate y'all. Donate to motivate. Peace.
Peace.